Okay, Be'ezrat Hashem. Pasuk Lamed Bet. Noef Isha Hasar Lev, who that commits adultery, right, is missing heart. Mashhit Nafsho Hu Ya'asena, he's destroying his essence, he's destroying his nefesh. Okay, we have someone else joining the shiur. Noef Isha Hasar Lev, Mashhit Nafsho, Hu Ya'asena, says the Gaon, it goes on both, on the Ta'ava, and it goes on the greed. So he says, whoever wants to destroy his nefesh, Ya'asena. He should do that. And he explains. He says, the destruction of the nefesh has both parts to it. One is a destruction because of the ta'ava, and the other is the destruction because of the hemda, because of the greed. So he says, whoever, as we saw in the last pasuk, whoever falls for the greed or falls for the ta'ava, right? We know that he falls in the Shiva Midurei Geinam, right? He falls in the Geinam. The only difference is that these two don't have a tikkun. They don't have a takana. Yeah, the ganav does have a takana. That the thief, he can come back, but as the Gaon says, the other two don't. So he says, why does the Shlomo HaMelech use the word nishhat, destroy? Because there is a concept of what is called be'er shahat. Be'er shahat is a place in 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 Gehinam that is a be'er, is a well, shahat of destruction. And there's a place in Gehinam that's called the well of destruction. Why is it called the well of destruction? Because the neshama is destroyed there. The neshama goes down and never comes back. And he says this is midah keneged midah. Why? He says the the well, is narrow and long. The same way the person, yes, when he chooses the ta'ava, he's narrowing down his behavior to what? To what satisfies him. The same thing with the greed. He narrows down his outlook on what he wants to get, or what he thinks he needs, instead of being open and recognizing what he has. Both of them create a narrow outlook that is obviously negative, as we explained widely. And because of that, the midah keneged midah is that the neshama falls there, and because you've destroyed your neshama va'olam hazeh, now when your neshama comes to be judged, it will get destroyed in olam haba. Well, then he goes into I don't know if you want to go into it, but he goes into the sequence of the neshamot, right? Inside by the Geinam. Yeah, Tadai. So he says the four, well, in a very light way. He says like this. He says that the neshama goes, through the Geinam for 12 months. Yes. So it spends in 2 months in each level, in the first 5 level, and then 1 month in the other levels. Right. So that's 12 months and 7 levels, right? 2 times 5 levels, that's 10 months. So 2 months, that's five levels, that's 10 months for 5 levels, and then 1 month for each level, that's 7 levels and 12 months. It says that's the 12 months of the Gehinam. Well, I think that's enough for Gehinam. Well, he says also as a parallel to it, we also have the 7 Korvelechet. There are 7 stars or constellation of stars, okay, that constantly surround the planet and are the main influencers of the mazal, of the energy flow on creation, the energetic dynamic on creation. He says the same thing with the mazalot, right? Because it's 7 7 constellation, right, that influence 12 months and that differently shape into 12 mazalot, right? So again, we see that there's 7 that influences 12. So says the Gaon, Noeth Isha, whoever, right, commits adultery, Chasar Lev, he has no heart. Why does he has no heart? What does he have? He has no heart. He has no sensitivity. He's not alive. The heart is what gives the person life. This person is detached from life. The person that lives through to feed his desire and to feed his greed, or by the greed, is detached from life. And not only that he doesn't live life in this world, but he also gives up the life in Olam Haba, right? By choosing the path of destruction. Good? Okay. Pasuk Lamed Gimel. Now, if you recall, all this is the collateral damage and the outcome of the behavior that stops and interferes with the Talmid Chacham and the Dayan, okay, from serving their purpose. Nega vekalon nimsa, he's going to find, Nega is like Negat Sarat, right? He's going to find sickness and disgrace and וחרפתו לא תמחה, and his חרפה, his behavior, his bad behavior, will never be erased. So there is a direct physical implication of sickness, number one, an emotional of disgrace, and he will carry his behavior forever. It's not something that he will be able to erase. So explains the Gaon. That Shlomo HaMelech is addressing the 7 layers of judgment the person is facing. So he says like this: the number one, before the person leaves this world, 3 angels come to him. One, an angel evaluates every moment of his life and takes accountability on everything that is done. The accountant, every moment, every second of his life. Right? So accountability of time. That's the first angel before the neshama just leaves. The second angel, Choshev Averot, he writes down all the sins. The third angel, who is the angel that was with this neshama when the neshama was in the womb of the mother. The angel comes and say, "Hey, I taught you so much Torah. Yes, let's see if you realized and learned again all the potential I taught you when you were in the womb. So let's see if you are complete or incomplete." That's the first judgment. Okay? Good. So first judgment is accountability of time, sins, and how complete are you from, have you realized your spiritual potential or not? Judgment number one. That's before the neshama leaves the body. Right before. The second judgment, the moment the person leaves this world, when we are walking the body to its kever, the angels scream out in all the worlds, Vaile lebarnash, Vaile, oy vavoy, to that person who fought against HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the second judgment. Okay, obviously, again, we're talking about the people that behave that way. Huh? So, second judgment, announcement, proclamation to all the worlds, okay, spiritual worlds. This is the behavior of that guy. Vaile, oilo. Why? To this man who broke and transgressed the laws of the king. The third judgment is when we put the body inside the kever, inside the grave. Then the second, the body is inside the grave. Now the general judgment starts. Good. The fourth, now it and based on that, the person will have a certain type of Gehinam, less, more, what type of Gan Eden, etc., etc. The fourth judgment is called Hibut HaKever. Lo alenu. Hibut HaKever is the every organ of the body is that benefited from this world. Shelo l'shem mitzvah, not from through because of a mitzvah, meaning out of ta'ava, is now being punished physically. Hakadosh Baruch Hu leaves enough of his will for these evarim to feel the pain of the deterioration of the organs. The fifth judgment, he allows Akadosh Baruch Hu now sends the tolaim. He sends the bugs to eat the body. The sixth is called kafakela. It's now that the neshama becomes a spirit that has no peace. He's floating and continuously floating. It's like somebody that has to walk and can never stop walking. That's kafakela. No stationary. And the seventh judgment is that now the person enters the Gehinam, and depending on where he belongs, or he goes through the cleansing process of Oalenu, he goes to the Be'er Shahat, to the well of destruction. So he says, Nega vekalonimsa, he will find Nega, which is Gehinam, and Kalon, which is the sickness, and Kalon, which is the disgrace, is the Kafakela, is that he's floating and never stopping. Veherpato lo timhe. He says, and his shame will not be erased. He says, this is the slow eating up of the tolaim, his body. It's an infinite pain that has no stop to it, no end to it. And he says there is nothing more shameful for a person to see bugs coming and eating him and him not being able to do anything about it. Pasuk Lamed Dalet. Ki kin'a hamad gaver. Ki kin'a hamad gaver. Because the jealousy, not the jealousy, the kin'a is kin'a is the jealousy. Hamad gaver will be fueled, right, by the husband. Velo imhol beyom nakam, and we will not forgive the day of the vengeance. That's the husband, right, of the wife that was unfaithful, right? So he said, ki kin'a hamad gaver.
Could it possibly mean that kin'ah is what brings out the rage, or kin'ah is what his rage is?
No, it's like the kin'ah, the jealousy that was created through the behavior, right? Awoke that rage, right, and that vengeance. And he says, what is that? Is that this is the Samech Mem, right? Ploni now takes on all the cherpa, all all the averot and all the mitzvot that were not done, right? And he uses all that void as a power, and a weapon against the person, right? You let me to go. You left the Torah to go for your ta'avot. You left the mitzvot and the Torah to go to the greed. Yes, all that void, everything you have left over, all that potential that you did not realize, because you chose the ta'avot, is now being used by the Samechmen, by the Malach HaMavet, as a weapon against the person. Velo imhol beyom nakam, and he will not forgive at the moment of vengeance. He says that's hibuta kever. That's the pain inside the kever, right? That pain will, meaning all the pain that the physical, that the body feels inside the grave, is the outcome of all the void of the potential we did not realize. Last pasuk, and Be'ezrat Hashem, and we're done with the Peri B'Shat. Yes.
Can you repeat Lamed Dalet? I got lost. Dan, sorry.
No, that was my point. The last part, I
Yeah.
lost after the Samach Men comes against you as a weapon.
Yeah, me too.
What happened to the last part of the pasuk? I didn't get it.
Velo yahmol beyom
Nakam. Yeah.
nakam, velo yahmol, and he will not have pity. Mechila, not forgive. He will not have pity the day of vengeance. It means that he will apply that weapon, right? He will apply that pain where at the time of the Hibut HaKever, meaning all the pain that the body feels inside the grave is the result of the potential that he did not realize in his life, that he was given at the time when he was in the womb of the mother. That's why there will be no pity. Why? Why there will be no pity? You chose that. You chose the ta'ava. You chose the greed. So there's no room for forgiveness. And what's the vengeance? The vengeance is that you've abused the power that I've given you. You've abused the resources and the beracha I've given you, right? Now, all that void of the bracha that was supposed to be used in the good, that's not good used in the good, is now becoming a weapon against you. Yes? Lo yisa panai, sorry, lo yisa pene chol kofer. He will not have regard for any ransom. Velo yove ki tarbe shohad, and he will refuse bribe, however great it is, however big it is. That means that there's no way out. Says the Gaon, that's b'sha'at cholyo. This is going back at the time where there is the crash physically of the person, when the person starts becoming sick. If there is a gezerah that the person will die, he can give all the tzedakah that he wants, nothing will help. The only time, says the Gaon, that tzedakah helps to revert a gezerah, a physical gezerah on a person, is if Akadosh Baruch Hu says there is a sickness, but tzedakah helps. But if he decides that there is mitah, there is death, there's nothing can happen. No tzedakah can help. That's lo yisab rene kol kofer. He will never accept the how you call it, the ransom from anyone. Velo yove ki tarbe shochad. When the heshbon, when Hakadosh Baruch Hu, when the neshama comes, and now the person has to do heshbon with Hakadosh Baruch Hu, nothing you can give will be enough. Hakadosh Baruch Hu, you cannot bribe. It's impossible. He says, the moment the person enters the path of the gezerah, yes, because of one of those two behaviors, there is no way out. And he explained that, before also, that there's no takana. Now he explains why there's no takana. And he says, even when you face HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I did mitzvot, I did this mitzvah, maybe nothing can pay for that behavior. So, any questions?
Yes, Rabbi. The point of no return, just so I understand, is Hashem made a gzerah in Shamayim, but the sickness didn't start on the person yet.
The point of yeah. No, we don't know when once there is the sickness kicks in because of a behavior of greed or because of a behavior of ta'avot, right? And at that point, it's a point of no return.
Okay, but are we now talking about general greed and ta'ava, or we're talking again back to the specific of
back to this? No. We're going back to the specific, not the actual adultery. The adultery is a mashal.
Right.
That
So
when you sell everything that you have good for bad, and it becomes a behavior, a chronic behavior.
Greed and ta'ava. Okay.
Finish with something nice.
Be'ezrat Hashem, Pasuk Aleph, Beni Shemor Amarai, my son. Yes?
Andy, I was just thinking the same thing.
Hold on to my words, u'mitzvotai titzpon yitara, and hold my mitzvot close to your heart, because this is ki em hayenu ve'orech yamenu. This is what life is, right? It's if you see the flip side of this, you understand how great of a life and how great of the beracha you get when you actually try to fulfill your potential. Nobody says that you have to fulfill fully your potential, but you have to try. This is when a person chooses not to, right? Imagine all the beracha that comes for the one that just tries. And this is our
much better.
Yeah. בהצלחה, בשורות טובות לכולם.
Amen.
Amen. וכן נאמר.
אמן.
Amen.
Bye.